Today I'm a little late with the video because I went to the gym. No, I went to my swimming class and then to the new gym that I'm going to. And then I had a class and then everything else, and now I'm going to have my lunch. As you know, I am a vegan and I am in a new diet that's almost fruitarian, which means that I eat mostly fruit all day long until 4 or 5 p.m. and then that's when I can eat carbs. It's a high carb diet, so I've been pretty happy with this because I can have French fries every night and potatoes and rice and everything that's super delicious. And so you'll be able to watch me have lunch now. Delicious. This smoothie was half a papaya and 5 bananas, water, sugar, and cinnamon. And this is mostly what I eat every day for breakfast because it's my favorite smoothie. It's papaya and bananas, which are the greatest fruit ever. It's been raining all the time here, and it sucks because I don't like rain very much. I do like rain, but only when I can stay in bed and sleeping, which is not the case because I have to work and I have to leave the house and I have things to do. So I don't like rainy weather, especially because of the dogs. The dogs are going crazy. They have to stay locked inside the house all the time and they want to go out and run and have fun activities, and it's not possible. Yesterday, however, it was Sunday and it wasn't raining all the time, only in the afternoon, so I was able to go for a walk with them, with with Jacqueline and Carol, and we walked for 4 kilometers, and they pretty much slept all the rest of the day because they were so tired. And it was fun. And then in the afternoon I was supposed to go roller skating with a friend of mine, but then it rained, so I couldn't. And then I stayed home. I wanted to sleep a little because, as usual, I was so tired. But I ended up working and making my plannings for my students for the second semester, the dates, the lessons, and also planning the vacation that I'm going to take in August. I won't be teaching for 1 month in August and September because I'll be traveling. I'm going back to the Amazon, which is my favorite place on earth, and I'm super excited about it. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a long trip, 1 month, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing. Last week nothing special happened. I worked normally, everything was normal. I wasn't able to go back to my running practice yet because my foot still hurts a little whenever I try to run or walk fast, so I couldn't run. But on Saturday I went to my French class again. It was very difficult. There was this new tense called passé composé, which was extremely difficult, but I was comfortable because all my classmates also had difficulties with that, so I guess it's normal. And I'll have to study double this week to really understand what this tense is all about. And then in the afternoon, normal, I had to teach my toddler, the kids that I teach every Saturday, and after that I had a meeting. It was like a conference with social science students. They were preparing for a state meeting that they are going to attend to next Saturday, I think. And so we were having some discussions about social movements and how society is becoming more and more conservative these days, which I think it's a very serious topic that must be discussed. And so I was invited, me along with some friends and my mother as well, to go there and talk for a while about this. And it was a complete disaster because I was so tired and I didn't really have the time to prepare. I know about the topic, but just because I know about the topic, it doesn't mean that I am confident enough to go in front of an audience and talk non-stop without, checking my little paper. And I didn't have time to prepare that paper, so I pretty much had to improvise the whole time. So the last time I did this, it was in Tubarão. You can check it on the first video that I posted. But this time it really was a complete disaster because I was really lost. It was confusing and I didn't really know what order to speak about the topics that I wanted to talk about. And thank goodness there were other girls, other women from the feminist collective there, and we divided the microphone, we shared the microphone, and then they helped me a lot about with all this. And then in the end I was kind of stressed out because I was disappointed at myself. I really wanted this to be very good, but well, you can't win every time, can you? And I got a question in the comments of the video on YouTube. A girl, Michelle, asked me to talk more about if people agree or disagree about feminism in Blumenau and how she can take part in this activity here. So, do people agree or disagree with feminism in Blumenau? I think most of the time people just don't care. People don't really have an opinion and they don't really know what feminism is about. It's a little difficult for me to talk about the public in general because I'm in a circle of friends that agree with feminism, so I don't really get in touch with people outside of this circle. So it's not common for me to be confronted like with people telling me that I'm wrong or that they disagree or that this is bullshit. So it's not a familiar situation for me. It doesn't happen that often. But assuming that Blumenau is kind of a big city, we are in more than 300,000 inhabitants, and we have only 460 members in the feminist collective on Facebook, and only 10 to 15 members that are actually active, working for the cause. So I think it's not a lot. I think there should be more people involved in all this. So I think that most of the time people don't care. Whenever I go to places to talk about it, usually people agree because I make my point very clear. I bring statistics and numbers and a lot of information and a rational line of thinking. It's very hard for people to say, no, this is bullshit, at least not in front of me. But even in these events, they're not really attended by people in general. So again, it's usually the same people from the same circles. So it's very easy to get my point across and for people to agree. So I think that there is these few people that are in my circle that pretty much agree with most of the points. And then there's a whole universe of other people who don't know and don't care and are just not interested. I think it's not enough to be just in theory or to be just sharing content on Facebook. It doesn't really make a difference in the world. And I would prefer that people got more engaged in the cause or in any cause. But I think this is a general problem all around, that people are so busy with their day-to-day lives because work is so tiring and studies and social life, family, that they don't really have the time to dedicate to any cause. But I think that it's the only way that we can one day change the world, if we actually leave our comfort zone and start working for something. And if you're watching this and you're a woman and you want to know more about this, Michelle asked how she could take part in this activity. There is a page on Facebook, it's called Coletivo Feminista Casa da Mãe Joana. There's a link, and you can join the group there, and there we have all the information and events that we are doing, and then you can come to a meeting and meet the other girls and join the study group, read some books with us, or just participate in other activities as well. Okay, that's long enough. That's it for today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.